am gonna go do the Sunday Gulch loop. The start of the trail goes up beside the lake, and then there's a little short loop beyond that. I'm here. I'm gonna go around the lake, and then this is the start of the Sunday Gulch trail on the other side of the lake. As an Easterner, it's crazy that this is a state park. Feels like national park quality to me. As a hiker, one of the struggles that I definitely have is getting caught up in looking at the scenery and dawdling and not keeping track of my pace, which is fine, except now the sun is going down for real, so I need to make sure I get back before sundown. I do have my headlamp with me, but I don't really want to be out here in the dark. Be nice to get back before sunset if I can. This part of the trail is right next to the road, so it sounds like there's some four-wheelers up there. About halfway through the trail, and it is getting darker. Sunset is technically at 6:50 p.m. It's about 5:30 right now. I think it feels darker because the sun goes down behind the hills sooner. Kind of forgot about that phenomenon. The good news is, because it's basically twilight, no one else is out on the trail. This is actually pretty much the reason my husband and I started backpacking together. We liked hiking so much that we would be out all day, and then there were multiple incidents where it was like, oh no, the sun is going down. We have to make it back to the car, and we didn't really know what we were doing at that point, so we didn't even have headlamps. So it was like we really had to make it back to the car, and there would be this last minute scurry to the finish, and then we were like, okay, what if we just slept in the woods? The word gulch just makes me think of Galt's Gulch. Like, I've never really seen it used in any other context. This is a nicer gulch than Galt's Gulch. My hot take on Ayn Rand is, aside from her objectionable political opinions, her writing is just really bad. I find it really embarrassing when people are like, oh, I think she's a great writer. She's a terrible writer. Her sentences are just painful to read. She's not good at character. She's not good at plot. She's just a really bad writer. It's interesting that she was able to get such a following with such bad books. Also, what's up with her character names? Her characters have the weirdest names. I read Atlas Shrugged when I was a teenager, and even then I found it embarrassing. The Ayn Rand Institute mails her books to teenagers to take part in an essay contest about her work, which is actually how I became familiar with her as a teenager. I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily, because I feel like if you're any kind of discerning reader, you can just see right through it. I mean, I remember being 16 and reading this and being like, this is ridiculous. That's not how any of this works. I actually did participate in their essay contest. Not sure about the ethics of that now. I was a broke 16-year-old and wanted the money. Atlas Shrugged was all the more disappointing to me because in the beginning, it seems like Dagny is going to be this amazing female heroine, and I actually really loved that part of the book as a teenager. I was like, wow, it's so exciting to see a woman CEO basically being depicted as this powerhouse who's just going to take over this railway industry and do a great job. That was really exciting, but then you get to the part where the men are dominant over her, and it was just so disappointing. It's like, how could you do that? As far as I know, there are still not really any big blockbuster doorstopper novels about a woman being a business leader. It would have been so great if that's what she had done instead of her weird, ridiculous political project. Of course, now the idea of reading any kind of novel about an industrial tycoon is just kind of gross to me. These are the people who are just screwing up our world. Hilariously, the Ayn Rand Institute, during the COVID pandemic, they accepted government relief. And they claimed that it was okay because they were just getting back what the government had stolen from them in the first place. But come on. As a reader, it is good to read bad books. It helps you to realize what it is that you're really looking for and what it is that you value. Sometimes reading a bad book can really throw that into relief. It helps with writing too, because then you're like, okay, at least I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, those are the charming thoughts I'm having as I'm walking through Sunday Gulch. Okay, battery's running out and the sun is almost down. Time for this hike to end.